What is going on, everybody, the podcast and YouTube world? Andrew back with another episode of Ask Me About My Podcast. Today, well, usually this is kind of an excuse, I guess. Usually on Fridays I try and do a guest. I guess I've only done it twice so far this year, so I need to get better at that. That's my not fault. I mean, it is my fault, but that's something I need to improve on and try and get better at. So yeah, I need to try and get a guest every Friday is my goal. So today, because I don't have a guest, I'm going to kind of just go through a little bit about myself for people who don't know who I am. I haven't really posted a lot on YouTube. This is the first time I've started a podcast, so probably most people don't have any idea who I am. So figured I'd kind of dive into that a little bit, and I'm not going to make it super long because this is, I think like most people have, maybe not most people, I shouldn't say that, have, I don't know, just self conscious about talking about themselves. I do at least. So um, this is not my favorite topic to talk about. um, but yeah, so I just kind of want to give a little bit of background. So again, my name's Andrew. Grew up in where I was born in West Palm Beach, Florida. Grew up in Columbus, Ohio. Also, if people are listening or actually watching on YouTube, make sure you leave a comment and would be more than happy to answer questions as I go along. Grew up in West Palm Beach, Florida, or was born in West Palm Beach, Florida. Grew up in Columbus, Ohio. Moved there when I was about 8. My dad took a job up there. He's in the golf profession. That's kind of all I'll talk about that. But yeah, so he got transferred up to Columbus, Ohio. So I moved up there when I was about 8 years old. And yeah, lived on a farm just outside, just on the north side of Columbus. So kind of lived the horse farm lifestyle. Really enjoyed it. Really loved being outside, riding motorcycles or dirt bikes, and kind of enjoying more of that rural backcountry lifestyle. That kind of led me to move out to the west. When we were kids, we would always go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming to visit. Well, the closest thing I think I pretty much have to family um, in Jackson Hole. And we would go every Christmas. And that's kind of how I got introduced to snowboarding, the mountain lifestyle, and kind of, I guess, the main reason why I came west to go to college. Uh, Graduated from Wellington, which is a school in Columbus, Ohio. A small private school. Grew up playing ice hockey, snowboarding, played golf every once in a while. Played golf my freshman year in high school, mainly because if you played two sports, you could get out of gym class, so that's what I did. I'm going to kind of go super high level here. I'm not going to really go into much detail. So besides that, yeah, motorcycles was kind of my interest, snowboarding, um, golf, hockey. Played a lot of hockey. That kept me very occupied on the weekends and weekdays. We would sometimes have practice before school at 5 a.m. and then go to school, have practice after school twice a week. So that obviously took up quite a bit of my time growing up. Like I said, when I moved out west, I moved to Bozeman, Montana, my freshman year. It was kind of before the boom of Bozeman, so this would have been like 2008. A lot of people, when I first got there, were already calling it Bosangeles. They wanted to, or they were afraid that people from LA were going to start moving in. And I guess that is exactly what has started to happen in the past 5, 6, 7 years. I haven't been back since. Would love to get back and kind of see what's been going on there since. But I kind of remember in a one street town, there was probably, one restaurant and a pita pit. There was one Starbucks, one Walmart, one McDonald's. There was a mall, which had a barber. That's where I got my hair cut. So pretty much a small town. Enjoyed it, and obviously enjoyed my time there, but it was a very small city. I think there's 12,000 people in the city when I lived there and 12,000 people in the university. So pretty small, intimate setting. Then again, my smallest class when I was there, I think was like 250 people, and it just wasn't set up for me to succeed. So that is why I transferred out of Montana State and went to Regis University here in Denver, Colorado, and this is kind of where I've been ever since. Um, so that's kind of on the personal side. I guess more on the business side, I've been involved in marketing, putting on events for brands, companies, and uh, I guess it's been quite a while. So ever since high school, I used to work for a company called H&S Sports Group out of Columbus, Ohio. We would put on events for the PGA Tour. If you grew up in the Columbus area, that would be everything from the Memorial Tournament, the Chiquita Classic down in Cincinnati, nationwide tour at Ohio State. So a handful of things, and it's something that I've always really enjoyed and loved doing, and kind of why I wanted to continue to do that once I graduated college. So graduated college, worked for a company called Match, or at the time it was called Action Marketing Group, um, and really enjoyed it. There was a lot of great people, very youthful atmosphere. We were doing exciting work. We had a lot of fun. This is going to be, I don't think anybody from Match is going to watch this, so that's fine. I'll kind of dive in a little bit. Then I think, I don't know the year. I'm going to totally lie if I even say any year, but I got acquired by a company out of Canada. I believe it was an investment firm that went under the title of Match. They were kind of buying up agencies around the United States and Canada, creating kind of a big market house, everything from shopper marketing all the way through experiential, digital, and everything in between. When they did that, it did kind of change the atmosphere of the agency. I believe I only stayed on for a year after that. I got passed up for promotion a few times, and I felt that it was just time to move on and try something new. So that's why I went on my own, started doing contract work for a few different agencies, and that was kind of the start of where I am today, which is, I guess, about where I started, just based on the climate and everything that's going on. But going back, so before the pandemic, I started doing work still continue to do contract work for Match and a handful of other agencies, Motive, Spearhead. I think that's probably it. Maybe a couple more in there, but started doing contract work for them and really enjoyed the vast nature of the projects. There was kind of one of everything, from shoe launches for Adidas, beverage launches, and consumer campaigns for Pepsi, and large experiential campaigns for Progressive. Kind of a little bit of everything, and that's why I enjoyed it so much. Also, the travel aspect of it is super fun. I also started working with a handful of brands like Pepsi. We did a little bit of work for Legal Pete's, my buddy's company, Narbox, and kind of picked up a few independent clients on the side just to keep myself busy during these times. And that's something that I still do to today. As you can imagine, there isn't a whole lot of events going on since the start of the pandemic. So I talked about this in a previous episode, so you can go back and listen to that of what my thoughts from last year were. But it's definitely been a little bit harder to figure out what's next, where to go, what to do, and it's kind of left me in a weird place. So, I've continued to work with clients, consult them on various things. We're doing some sampling programs, or we're not doing sampling programs. We're doing some promotional campaigns and fulfillment for Bang Energy right now. I'm also doing a handful of consulting for my buddy's company who does B2B and B2C software solutions, helping them with their website and analytics and setting that up. And that's kind of where I've started to move towards, doing more digital stuff, content creation, and website management, social media, building, and have just kind of focused on that for the past few months while the pandemic is still ripping. And I guess that kind of pretty much leads me up to today in my business life. It's been a hell of a ride thus far. If you are thinking about going out on your own, I encourage you to do it. Make sure you have a solid plan. Make sure you have, plenty of income. They used to say have 6 months of rent, or 6 months of income that you need to survive. My suggestion would be get closer to 8 or 9, just based on what's going on. You have no idea what the climate's going to produce. So, tread lightly, but I encourage everybody to go out on their own if they can, and at least take the adventure. That full-time job is always going to be there. And I guess looking ahead for myself, I have a few things planned. Hopefully I'll be able to announce in the next week or two. of some new ventures and things that I'm going to get into. I'm kind of excited about. So stay tuned for that. Again, I'm going to kind of cut it off there. Really appreciate everybody listening and watching on YouTube. This has been a ton of fun. I still enjoy doing these podcasts, so I'm going to keep it going. For everybody who's listened thus far, really appreciate your time, and I can't thank you enough for the support. So have a wonderful day. Happy Friday. We made it. Enjoy your weekend. Have a ton of fun, and I will see you all or you'll hear me, or I'll see you on Monday. Have a wonderful rest of your day. This is Andrew. Ask me about my podcast, live on YouTube and wherever podcasts are played. Later.